The gods have landed. Folks, listen to me. Today is the day everything changes. This is not a drill. This is not a movie. What you're seeing on your screens right now is real. Two colossal ships, shimmering like polished obsidian, have descended from the heavens. They've landed, one in the deserts of Iraq, the ancient land of Mesopotamia, and the other right in the heart of Antarctica. The globalist media is in a complete meltdown. They don't know what to say. They're trying to spin this as a weather balloon or a holographic projection. But we know the truth. I've been telling you this for years. They are here. The ancient gods, the beings spoken of in the oldest texts of humanity, have returned. I'm getting reports from my sources on the ground. These are not little green men, folks. These are giants. Beings of immense stature and power stepping out of their craft. They call themselves Enlil and Enki. These are names straight out of the Sumerian tablets. The very names I've been screaming from the rooftops while the mainstream media called me a madman. Well, who's the madman now? The Pentagon is silent. The White House is in lockdown. Every world leader is scrambling, trying to figure out how to control a narrative that has just been blown wide open. This is the moment of revelation. This is the great awakening happening right before our very eyes. The official story is falling apart at the seams. They can't hide it. They can't deny it. The energy signatures coming off these ships are off the charts, disabling satellites and causing power grids to flicker worldwide. They haven't fired a single shot. They haven't made a single threat. They have simply arrived, an undeniable and earth-shattering presence. They are communicating, not with our corrupt governments, but directly to the people through a telepathic broadcast. A message of peace, they claim, a message of reunion. But we have to ask the real questions. Why now? Why are they revealing themselves after millennia of silence and shadows? We are broadcasting live and we will stay live. We are your lifeline to the truth in this pivotal hour. Do not trust the official channels. They are compromised. They will lie to you. They will try to pacify you. But here, on this show, we will dig for the real answers. We will connect the dots that the global elite have tried so desperately to erase. The Annunaki are back. The so-called gods of creation have returned to their experiment. And we, humanity, are standing right in the middle of it. Stay with me. The biggest story in human history is unfolding now. Now, folks, they are speaking. Enlil and Enki. Their message is being beamed into the minds of everyone on the planet. It's a message that will shatter the very foundations of our history, our religion, and our science. They are claiming responsibility for us. They are saying point blank that they engineered our species. They took primitive hominids, already evolving on this planet, and upgraded them. They infused their own genetic material, their own divine DNA into our ancestors. They are our creators, our makers, our gods. This is what the ancient tablets have said all along, what Zecharia Sitchin translated decades ago. The globalist puppets are trying to censor this feed. They're trying to block the telepathic signal, but they can't. It's too powerful. It's a biological level communication. Enki, the one who landed in the ancient cradle of civilization, is speaking of science and creation. He claims he was the chief geneticist, the one who sympathized with his creation, with us. He says he argued against our enslavement. He is positioning himself as the friend of humanity, the benevolent scientist who saw us as more than just a biological tool. He is the serpent in the garden, offering the apple of knowledge. But then, there's Enlil, the commander, the one who landed in the desolate cold of Antarctica. His message is one of order, of hierarchy, of purpose. He confirms the creation story, but from a different perspective. He speaks of a great need, a mission that required a workforce. He doesn't speak with the gentle tone of Enki. He speaks with the authority of a king, a CEO, a master addressing his property. He says that humanity was created for a single specific purpose, a purpose we have long forgotten, a purpose that is encoded into the very fabric of our being, into our insatiable desire for one specific precious element. This is the bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, the truth they have hidden from us for all of time. The reason for our existence, according to our creators, is not to philosophize or to build civilizations for our own sake. It was not to reach for the stars out of pure curiosity. We were designed. We were engineered. We were manufactured for labor. We are a slave race, and the masters have returned to check on their operation. Every war, every church, every government has been a distraction, a sideshow to keep us busy while the real game was being played out behind the scenes. And what was that purpose? What was the great labor that required the genetic engineering of an entire species? Enlil has made it clear. The Anunnaki homeworld, Nibiru, has a failing atmosphere, a planetary crisis that threatens their very existence. And the only element that can save them, the only substance that can be dispersed into their upper atmosphere to heal the damage, is gold. Monoatomic gold, to be precise. A finely powdered form of gold that can remain suspended, reflecting sunlight and preserving heat. And Earth, our Earth, was a treasure trove of this precious metal. They didn't have the numbers or the biology to mine it themselves in our atmosphere and gravity. So they created us, Homo sapiens, the perfect, self-replicating biological machine, hardy enough to survive Earth's conditions and intelligent enough to follow complex instructions. Our obsession with gold, our love for this shiny yellow metal is not a coincidence. It was programmed into us. They made us desire it, hoard it, kill for it, so we would mine it for them. Every king with a golden crown, every empire plundering for treasure, every rush to find more gold was just us fulfilling our primary function without even knowing it. Think about it, folks. Fort Knox, the gold reserves of every nation on Earth, the Vatican's vaults, the secret stashes of the globalist banking cartels. For generations, we thought this was about wealth, about currency, about power. It was a lie. We were simply collecting it for them. We were the worker bees, gathering the pollen for the hive, completely unaware of the true purpose of our labor. The Annunaki would come, periodically, and collect their tithe. And when they left, they installed rulers, priest-kings, and secret societies to keep the operation running in their absence, to keep humanity mining. Now they've returned, and they say the need is more urgent than ever. Their world is on the brink. They need all of it. All the gold we have painstakingly mined and stored for thousands of years. They are presenting this not as a demand but as a request, a transaction. They say they are here to collect what is rightfully theirs, the fruit of the labor they engineered us for. They are calling in the debt. A debt we never even knew we had. The entire economic history of our planet has just been reframed as a cosmic mining operation for an alien race. But here's the twist, folks. The globalists are panicking because the Anunnaki aren't just here to take. They're offering a deal. Enki, the great scientist, the supposed friend of man, is presenting this as an upgrade, a graduation. He says humanity has toiled long enough. He says our service is complete. And as a reward, as a gift for our millennia of labor, they are offering us their technology. Not weapons, he insists, but the keys to a new golden age for humanity. The kind of technology that would make the globalist control grid obsolete overnight. They're talking about zero-point energy, limitless, free, clean power for every single person on the planet. This would instantly bankrupt the oil cartels and the energy companies. It would end the resource wars that the military-industrial complex profits from. They're talking about advanced medical technology that can regenerate tissue, cure all diseases, and dramatically extend the human lifespan. The end of Big Pharma's stranglehold on our health. They're talking about anti-gravity propulsion, giving us the ability to travel our solar system as easily as we now cross an ocean. The end of the secret space program's monopoly. This is the ultimate test. It's the serpent in the Garden of Eden all over again, offering the apple of knowledge. But this time, it's not just an apple, it's the whole orchard. They are offering to liberate us from the very systems of control that their absence allowed to flourish. They are saying, give us the gold, the reason we made you. And in return, we will give you the tools to become as gods yourselves. It's a deal that seems too good to be true. And as we know, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. Is this a genuine gift? A final act of a benevolent creator Enki finally winning his ancient argument with his brother Enlil? Or is it the most sophisticated deception in history? A way to get us to willingly hand over all our gold, the one resource they truly need, in exchange for technological toys that could have hidden back doors. Could this technology make us even more dependent on them? Is this liberation, or is it the final chain being locked into place? This is the debate that is now raging across the planet. Perfect. Section 5. A Trojan horse debating the Anunnaki's true intentions. The world is now split down the middle. This is the Great Divide. On one side, you have billions of people ready to welcome the Anunnaki as saviors. They see the promise of an end to sickness, poverty, and war. They see the technology as a gift from the gods, a chance to finally fix our broken world. They're saying, what is gold compared to a cure for cancer? What is a shiny metal compared to free energy for all? They are ready to hand over every ounce from Fort Knox, from their wedding rings, from their dental fillings, to usher in this new utopia. They trust Enki. They believe in the promise. But there is another side. A growing number of us who are deeply suspicious. We see this not as a gift, but as a Trojan horse. Why now? Why this grand, magnanimous gesture? Is it because they've realized they can't take the gold by force without destroying their workforce? So instead, they offer us a deal we can't refuse. They pacify us with technological wonders while they strip the planet of its most vital cosmic resource. What happens after the gold is gone? Do they just pack up and leave us with our new toys, or do our new toys suddenly stop working? This could be the ultimate long con. Think about it. They give us technology that makes us completely dependent on them for maintenance, for fuel, for software updates. They create a new system where they are the ultimate administrators. They become the new gatekeepers of our existence. But this time, we will have welcomed them with open arms. We will have traded the illusion of freedom under the globalists for a gilded cage built by our alien creators. It's a classic bait and switch. They offer us freedom from our current masters, only to replace them with themselves. And what about Enlil? He's been conspicuously quiet during Enki's grand offer. He is the commander, the pragmatist. Does he approve of this deal? Or is this a division tactic, the classic good cop, bad cop routine played on a planetary scale? Enki wins our trust with promises of paradise. We hand over the gold, and then Enlil reveals the fine print, the conditions, the new rules. We cannot afford to be naive. We have to question everything. The fate of our species hangs in the balance, and it all comes down to whether we trust the word of beings who admit they created us to be their slaves. All right, we're opening the phone lines. The world is buzzing, and we're going straight to you, the people. Let's go to Dave, calling from a ute somewhere in Queensland. Dave, you're on the air. What's your take? G'day, Alex, mate. Long-time listener. This is it. This proves everything. But listen, I reckon this is a fake-out. I reckon the real Annunaki are still in hiding, and these blokes, Enlil and Enki, are a rival faction. Or maybe they're bloody shape-shifting reptilians trying to trick us into giving up our gold, which is the only thing that keeps at bay. Don't trust him, mate. It's a trap. Thanks for the call, Dave. A healthy dose of skepticism. Let's go to Sharon in Melbourne. Sharon, what are you thinking? Alex, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. My son has a rare genetic disorder, and the doctor said there's no hope. But Enki, I heard him in my head. He showed me images of their medical tech. It can rewrite DNA, Alex. It can fix him. What is gold compared to my son's life? We have to take the deal. We have to trust them. To say no is to condemn billions of people to suffering and death. How can we be so selfish? Sharon, my heart goes out to you. That is the power of their offer. It's personal. It hits us right where we live. Next up is Barry, a retired history teacher from Perth. Barry, your thoughts. Alex, people need to read their history. This is exactly how empires operate. They arrive with beads and mirrors, offering gifts and salvation. They learn the local customs. They make promises of partnership. And before you know it, you're living on a reservation and your entire culture has been erased. This technology is their beads and mirrors. It's designed to dazzle us, to make us feel like we're getting an amazing deal while they take what they really came for. It's colonialism on a cosmic scale, and we're falling for it all over again. A powerful point, Barry. History does repeat itself. One more call. Let's hear from Cyber Prophet in a secure bunker somewhere in the Blue Mountains. What's the word? Alex, the code is in the message. I've been running their telepathic broadcast through a decryption algorithm. It's not just a gift of technology. It's an operating system update for humanity. They're planning to patch our DNA, to remove our aggression, our suspicion, our free will. They want to turn us into a placid, compliant workforce 2.0. The tech is the bait, but the real price is our soul. We have to resist the upload. Fight the signal. Okay, that's a terrifying theory. The lines are jammed, folks. The world is a powder keg of hope and fear. We're joined now by Dr. Eris Thorne, a leading astrophysicist who's been analyzing the energy readings from the Annunaki ships. Dr. Thorne, you've been a mainstream scientist your whole life. What do you make of this? Alex, everything I thought I knew has been turned on its head. The energy source these ships use, it's not fusion, it's not antimatter. It appears to draw power from the very fabric of space-time. It's stable, it's incredibly efficient, and it's something our physics said was impossible. Based on this alone, their claims of having limitless energy technology are not just plausible, they are likely an understatement. From a purely scientific standpoint, their offer is credible, so the science backs them up. Now let's bring in Dr. Eleanor Vance, a professor of ancient history and linguistics who specialized in Sumerian texts. Dr. Vance, you've read the original tablets. How does their story line up? It aligns with shocking precision, Alex. The names, the relationships, the planetary crisis, the creation of the Lulu Amelu, primitive workers, it's all there. For centuries, we dismissed these as creation myths, as metaphors for floods and harvests. We were wrong. They were historical records. The tablets even describe the conflict between Enlil, who saw humans as mere tools, and Enki, who developed an affinity for his creation. What's happening now is the continuation of a story that began hundreds of thousands of years ago. So the history backs them up too. But we need a voice of dissent. We have Marcus Thorne, a former intelligence analyst and a professional skeptic. Marcus, you're not buying any of this, are you? Alex, credible science and aligned history don't prove benevolent intent. That's the trap. Of course, their story is perfect. They've had millennia to craft it. Let's talk strategy. A superior force doesn't offer a deal unless it's more efficient than taking by force. They need the gold intact. They need the population compliant. This entire narrative, the good brother, the bad brother, the gift of tech, is a perfectly executed psychological operation. They are masterful manipulators, and we are the target. So Marcus, you're saying this is all a show? It's the greatest show in the universe, Alex. They've analyzed our hopes, our fears, our myths. They've created a narrative that pushes every button. The promise of salvation for the hopeful, the confirmation of conspiracies for the suspicious. They divide us and conquer us with our own belief systems. While we're busy debating whether to trust Enki or fear Enlil, their ships are sitting on our planet. Their plan is moving forward, and we're distracted by the spectacle. We need to stop asking if their story is true and start asking what their strategic objective is. A chilling analysis. The ultimate psyop. This brings us to the fundamental question that no one seems to have the answer to. What is their endgame? Let's assume we agree. Humanity collectively decides to trust Enki. We open the vaults, we melt down our jewelry, we deliver every last ounce of gold to these beings. They load it onto their magnificent ships. They save their world, Nibiru. And then what? Do they simply say, thank you and goodbye? Do they fly off into the cosmos, leaving us to enjoy our new utopian technologies, never to be seen again? Is it really a one-time transaction? That scenario seems too simple, too clean. An empire, a cosmic civilization with the power to create life, doesn't just conduct its business and leave. They manage their assets, they protect their investments. If they give us technology that can cure all disease and provide free energy, they are essentially making us a much more valuable and stable asset. A healthy, thriving population is a productive one. Perhaps this isn't the end of the mining operation, but the beginning of a new, more efficient phase. What will they have us mine next? Consider the alternative. What if they stay? What if the deal is gold for technology, but the price of the technology is our acceptance of their permanent oversight? They become a new layer of governance, a celestial council that guides humanity's development. They would justify it as protecting us from ourselves, preventing us from misusing their gifts. We can't let you have anti-gravity drives and then start interplanetary wars, they might say. So they will police us. They will manage us. We would live in a paradise, a beautiful, safe, clean cage where all our needs are met, but our freedom is gone. This is the choice they are putting before us, whether they state it outright or not. It's a choice between our current, chaotic, painful freedom and a future of peaceful, prosperous subjugation. Will they take the gold and leave us to our own devices, a risky proposition for them? Or will they take the gold and stay, ensuring their investment, us, is managed properly? The fate of human sovereignty rests on this question, and as of now, neither Enlil nor Enki has given a straight answer. They leave it hanging in the air, forcing us to gamble our entire future on a guess. Folks, my producers are screaming in my ear. We have a new development. A source deep inside the Antarctic globalist enclave near where Enlil's ship landed has just sent me a scrambled message. The line was cut off, but I got the core of it. The globalists, the cabal that has been running this planet, are not just sitting back and watching. They knew this was coming. They have been in communication with a faction of the Annunaki for decades. This wasn't a surprise arrival for them. It was an appointment. But here's the kicker. According to my source, the faction they were in league with was not Enlil or Enki. It was a third party, a rival group of Anunnaki who were supposed to arrive first. The globalists were planning to hand Earth over to them in exchange for keeping their own power. But Enlil and Enki beat them to it. This isn't just a negotiation between humanity and the Anunnaki. It's a developing conflict between factions of the gods themselves, and Earth is the prize. The globalists backed the wrong horse, and now they are terrified. This changes everything. Enki's offer of technology might not be a gift or a trick. It might be an attempt to arm us, to quickly uplift humanity into a junior partner, a planetary defense force capable of helping them fight the faction when they arrive. They aren't just here for the gold. They are here to fortify a strategic position. We are not just slaves or children. We are being recruited. The gift of technology comes with a price we never imagined. We will have to fight in a war between the gods. And as I'm saying this, alarms are going off at NORAD. New energy signatures have been detected, way out, past the orbit of Pluto. They are not Annunaki ships of the kind we see now. They are different, larger. My source's message ended with one final, chilling warning before he was cut off. He screamed, "They're not the only ones coming. The others are on their way." Folks, this isn't the end of the story. This is just the beginning. We are caught in the middle of a cosmic power struggle, and the first battle for planet Earth is about to begin. We're out of time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.